No,
She's also literally sitting on her desk.
no, she's not sitting. That's why I was asking, because she's lounging on it. I said she's lounging on it. So he's
Yeah,
basically just,
lounging
like,
on the desk.
laying across, like, dauntingly laying across the desk. So I thought she was working. I was like, this girl's losing her mind.
Fox, look at me when I
Sorry to
speak.
that. Zero raises her head and looks at Anzu in the face, eye to eye.
You have a keen eye, don't you? How amusing.
Zero's stares doesn't falter, even though her heart feels like it will. She doesn't know how much more of Anzu's prying she can tolerate.
Now, let me ask you again. What has that keen eye of yours found?
Wanna mess with her?
What are we gonna lie about?
I don't know. I feel like
We
messing with
haven't.
her.
I think we could just be honest. Like, I don't think we have anything to lie about right now.
Honestly, I doubt it would be of any interest to anyone.
The Gimio takes the biggest slice of humble pie as she admits her defeat. She isn't some well-seasoned spy. She's just two-tailed Gimio who can read boring files very quickly. Besides being an almighty Gimio, there really isn't anything spectacular about her. Maybe it isn't a big slice of pie, but it's still a start.
Not even Lucy?
Especially not Lucy. Lucifer.
Lucy. The fox
Lucy, yeah.
The foxtail's drooping between her legs, and her ears fall a little flatter. She knows what she needs to do to succeed. She is just not sure that she can accomplish it.
She looks so defeated.
Anzu laughs softly to herself, finishing her little etching on the table.
Well, I had better let you hurry up and finish then.
There is one thing, though.
Tuckblaze doesn't hide the falter in her smile very well, but she recovers as gracefully as she moves.
What's that?
One of the files mentions that you were appointed governess only 900 years ago. You were very young when you started, probably one of the youngest governors to date.
Well, we shouldn't believe everything we read, should we?
Zero and Anzu sharing a knowing look. One of them neither can read, but one that neither can read, but both feel intensely. Anzu bounces off her desk, straightening out her clothes and before turning to leave. She makes it all the way to the door before stopping and casting a glance over her shoulder at now seated Fox Girl.
I almost forgot the reason I came.
Besides to terrorize Callie and poke the fire beneath Zero, that is.
Dinner's ready. Don't be late. We take our seats at the hour.
Anzu gives a short wave, and then the clip-clop of her shoes fades away in the hallway. At last, Zero can take a breath easily. She rocks her head from side to side, trying to get the tense knots out, and when her eyes catch sight of the desk Anzu has been leaning on, she gets up, wiping away the curls of wood shavings, the dust, to find her name freshly scratched into the wood surface. But it isn't just her name. She counts over 16 other names, now well aged and scratched to the wood.
Is this her idea of a warning?
In fact, it's a part of a long edition of Anzu's playful warnings, since none of these name owners left Anzu's company unscratched.
Well, it's not gonna work.
Zero has made it tougher. Has made tougher stuff. She's close to getting what she came for, and there's no turning back for one so determined. Defeated, she laughs at the idea. Ha 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 ha. Zero finds her way back to the. Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Zero finds her way back to the main wing. Suddenly, she's thrown into a maze and hallways of doors.
I should have left with Anzu.
Even in her current situation, she only half means that. The girl finally takes a wild guess and exits the service hallway. To her relief, she finds her way back to the main entrance.
Ha! Who needs that lady now?
Despite her stroke of luck, the main entrance isn't where she wants to be. She shouldn't celebrate just yet, as Zero is about to discover for herself. The clock chimes the new hour, and the girl is now officially late. Everyone will be sitting down for the dinner, and
Anzu's office will be left unguarded.
bingo. Now she can celebrate, though. though it will be short-lived. Zero turns the knob of the door, but it won't budge.
Idiot, like Anzu would ever just leave it open.
The auditor looks over at the keycard reader.
I could lie. I was looking for them or something like that. I am lost, and this is the only place I know how to get to. That's a totally believable lie, right?
But it is a lie. The one thing Anzu can do well is sniff out lies. Yumio doesn't know that, though, and so, with a brave amount of stupidity, she takes out a keycard.
Here you are.
Uh-oh. The girl slips the keycard into her sleeve before turning to the vampire, who just so happens to be passing by.
Dinner has begun.
I got lost.
She says faster than...
Then it's a good thing I found you. I'll escort you to the dining room.
Zero nods and follows after Celios. Looking back at the door, although she's grateful someone has stopped her from doing something so rash, the girl is itching to know what Anzu is hiding.
The dining room is just through there. I'm sorry for not informing you sooner.
The pale man stops at the door and looks exactly like all the others that just passed by that. And looks like past the door, looks like blah 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 blah. There's another keycard reader, which is surprising.
Do all the rooms here have keycard readers?
Most do. They didn't used to, but certain visitors made it necessary.
Ah, yes, my boy, Gaki.
Gaki. Also, what the fuck? How are we at 2.5 hearts with Callie?
We already at 2. Oh wait, no, we're at 3. Oh, never mind. We were at 1.5. She likes being belittled.
She really does.
I bet this has to do with those names on the desk. Other spies, perhaps.
My life would be so much easier if Gaki didn't exist.
Yep.
Zero takes out her keycard, but Salios beats her to the punch.
You only have limited access, correct?
I can't even open the door to the dining hall myself?
Perhaps I'm simply being too cautious. The dining room should be okay. The governess most likely only placed limits on her own workspace, wouldn't you say?
He looks at Zero knowingly.
So he did see what I was about to do. Then why hasn't he ratted me out yet?
The vampire opens the door and steps inside to let Yumio walk in ahead of him.
Celios, there you are.
Sorry for my lateness, governess. I was just fetching our guest from her office.
Oh, so it's the fox's fault.
I have a lot of work to do.
So much that you're late for dinner. How rude. Hurry up and take a seat. We've already started without you.
Celios takes his seat first, kneeling on a large cushion next to Callie, which leaves Zero with no choice but to sit between him and Anzu.
Is everyone here?
Yes, we only have a small team of workers.
I.e. 2 people.
Yeah, it's the governess and 2 fucking people. And then the chefs, but they don't eat.
Are there chefs or is it Celios?
I feel like Callie's sooner to make the sandwich, sooner to make dinner.
That is fair.
Size doesn't matter, Fox. Efficiency does.
You know what the crazy thing is?
So, you've just insulted your own manner.
Yeah. Only 4 cushions are placed around the grand table that can comfortably fit 16 people.
That table?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, if you were all like shoulder to shoulder, you know?
I guess.
You need like 4 each. Yo, the sides are gonna be the hardest part. The sides.
4 on each side?
No, if you, so you do
Jesus.
2 there, 2 there. You probably do like so.
6.
You need 12. You need 6 on the sides.
Yeah, 6 on those sides, 2 on the shorter ends.
Yeah. Then there's the food. Several. Actually, could you even out a bit more? If you could probably squeeze 3 maybe on the sides each. Bring it down to, like-
Yeah, but at that point you have. It would be. I guess it would be 5. I don't know.
Yeah, it would.
I'd need to look at the table and how big the cushions are in order to like really, you know,
Really. Then there's the
really
food.
make an estimate.
Several different dishes are placed on their own respective communal plates. Slices of rare beef sits on the puddles of blood, and grilled fish fillets are being blackened by the hot plate. That's enough food to feed an orphanage. Zero looks over at Anzu's plate, and there's nothing but shellfish and fruit, a strange combination that the succubus picks at between her sharp-tongued quips.
So, Callie and Celios are the only employees here?
Of course not. I said efficient, not stupid. They are the only resident employees. The others take care of matters off-site.
All
Of
right.
course not. I said efficient, not stupid. They are the only resident employees. The others take care of matters off-site.
What sort of matters?
Ugh.
Governess rolls her eyes and pops a grape into her mouth. Obviously done with Zero's questions.
Perhaps we should leave the interrogations for outside of the dining room.
Salius offers gently. Anzu breaks the head off a king prawn, sucks the meat out of it, the bitter silence. The vampire, taking this as a cue to begin eating, serves himself and Zero. The room dines in strange silence. Anzu looks at Callie, but the girl never raises her head from her plate, and she pushes her salad aside.
Is she still sulking? What a boring toy she's turning out to be.
The woman catches Zero, staring at Callie with concern furrowing on her brow. The governess' tension bounces between them as she wonders which will entertain her the most.
You shouldn't fill yourself up on meat, Fox. Try some of the oysters.
Oysters?
The blonde looks around the table, but she never seen an oyster before. There are a few things on the table that she has never seen before, in fact. There are a few things on the table. Some of them appear rather frightening to her, like the strange fruit that looks like the inside of a cracked head.
Oh, you poor child. Have you never had an oyster before?
Anzu lifts a half shell off her plate, shifting it the fleshy blob around in its own cloudy juices. I never had oyster either. It doesn't...
They're weird.
Yeah. They seem slurpy.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
imagine like how a slug is.
like a slug, okay.
Like you know how it's boneless and it doesn't have like, and it's got like a skin on the outside, and then it's
Yeah.
kind of like almost liquidy on the inside, but it's still kind of fleshy.
Yeah.
It's that, but bigger,
Okay.
and it tastes a little like fish.
I see. Yeah, I never had oyster.
It's hard to explain. I had it in some gumbo recently.
I haven't had oyster and I haven't had lobster.
I don't think I've had lobster either, actually.
Yeah.
I think I've only had crab.
I've had like crab cakes. I never had like just had crab or anything, like straight up crab.
I've gotten some king crab from the Gulf before.
Interesting. Anzu lifts a half shell off her plate, shifting its fleshy blob around its own cloudy juices. It doesn't look very delicious, but Zero's tail still flick with anticipation.
Will it taste like shrimp, or maybe it's like tuna?
No, say ah.
Uh-oh. And she does it. The succubus lifts the shell of Zero's lips and pours the goop down her mouth. The girl winces at the strange sensation of the oyster rolling down her throat.
Silly thing, don't just swallow it. You should chew it a few times first. Really grind the flavor out. Here, try another one.
Anzu moves towards Zero again. The fox leans in, opening her mouth, ready to receive the second helping of seafood. Callie's fork just clatters to the ground. The Gimmiheel looks away from Anzu to the red-faced girl. She stares back at Zero, and for once doesn't look so angry, more like frightened.
Stupid girl!
Sorry, governess.
Callie's body shakes as it lowers her head and retrieves the fork from the floor.
That's better. Now, back to you, dear.
I think I've had enough.
Nonsense! Now, open up.
No, really, Open
your mouth.
Zero looks at Callie, and then
Open
out
your
of the corner of
mouth.
her eye, she
Ha ha ha.
You see Salis nod slowly. The Gimio turns back to Anzu and with a weak smile opens her mouth. This time Zero chews the raw oyster. It probably is one of the most delicious things she's had tasted, which certainly doesn't answer the question of why she had such a bitter taste in her mouth all of a sudden. Governess practically force feeds Zero the entire meal. It doesn't go unnoticed by Callie or Celios, but neither speaks up about the woman's strange behavior. After all the rich food, the Gimhio feels so tired to continue on with her work, and as Celios suggests to her, she goes back to her room and take a nap. She wakes from her nap feeling recharged, grateful for the suggestions from earlier. The only problem now is that she still doesn't quite feel like getting back to work yet. Her head just isn't there. We're hardlining for Celios, right?
Probably, yeah.
Because I think this is going to be Callie.
Yeah, and
Oh, that wasn't.
the other one just seems like a bad idea.
Try to think it to.
That seems like a bad idea.
No, we're
Going
gonna-
into town is obviously gawky.
No, this is her. We're going to find Anzu in the office, and then we're going to.
Well, yeah, but like, it also just seems like a shitty fucking idea.
We got rush for that in-game, get it? Gotta rush for that in-game. Don't check the archives. Zero Fine decides that what she has to do is outweighs what she feels like doing.
The Great One didn't entrust me with this mission so I could go messing around. It's about time I kick this investigation into high gear and really dig up some dirt on this place.
With a new sense of determination, the otter sets off for the archives. If she can't get into Anzun's office, then this will be the next best place to search. Some of the newer files Celios has been working on recategorizing may just be hiding the information she needs. Before she can push open the door, it is pulled away from her hands. A second later, there stands Celios.
So much for kicking this mission into high gear.
Zero had hoped the archives would be empty. Now getting to those files doesn't seem quite so possible, even for the egotistical optimist like her.
I didn't expect to see you back here so soon.
I don't want this audit to take any longer than it has to. I decided to put in a couple more hours.
Come on in, from one dutiful worker to another.
The vampire moves to the side and allows the girl into the room.
I haven't had the time to clean anything up, so your old desk is just how you left it.
You don't sleep and you still don't have a lot of time. Work must be pretty intense for you.
There just aren't enough hours in a day, honestly.
Are you seriously always here?
What does that have to do with anything?
Celios laughs humorously, shaking his head as if the question isn't even worth thinking about.
You're just always here?
It's my job.
Don't you have anything else to do? That wouldn't be ruining my investigation.
I could ask you the very same question.
Celios and his talent for being the worst place at the worst time, or in his case, the most convenient place at the most convenient of times, is starting to irritate Zero. Whatever she wants it to be, there he is. It can't be a coincidence, it truly isn't. Just who does this girl think monitors the security cameras?
And actually, I will.
Don't bother, I'm leaving.
This was a waste of her time anyways. There is nothing here, and the vampire only is getting her in a way. She has better things to do than stick around. Zero feels both emotionally and physically exhausted. For her first full day of work, it feels like the last. Although she is no closer to the answer she needs for her report, the day hasn't been completely waste. She yawns, barely able to keep her eyes open, and the Gimiho just barely manages to undress before drifting off to sleep. Celios, 350 years old, occupation, archival master, a young vampire who barely knows anything about his own past. He takes a great pleasure in the little things: wine, a good book, foie gras, basically.
I don't know.
Groll? Foie gras. Groll. Foie gras.
Basically, he's a hipster.
Alright.